Good morning, good morning. Welcome everyone. Welcome to New Thought. We welcome each and every one of you. We're all so excited to be back here together again and having joy in our hearts at seeing all of our familiar faces and our new faces. And it's a beautiful, beautiful morning here in Kealakekua on the New Thought Lanai. And I humbly welcome each and every one of you to be here today with us. It's a special day in so many ways. First off, we're all here. And second off, both we have Lara Printz, who is going to be our speaker today, and we have Bernice, Emmanuel, Roberto doing our music, and they've even brought more people.
Yanada and Jean-Pierre.
Manuel, would you please introduce yourselves? The musicians?
Yanada on violin and Jean-Pierre Thomas on flute and saxophone. Members of Kona Harp Ensemble.
Well, thank you, members of Kona Harp Ensemble, for joining us in this last music reverie with the Robertos before they hele on to new adventures off island. And they'll be guest appearing in the future instead of our local resident musicians. So I welcome everyone just to take a moment to be present here, be present with each other. And I was going to do a prayer, but this is something we did when I was in junior high. I had a very enthusiastic teacher in the morning, and she would have each of us turn to each person next to us and smile. And look each other in the eye and smile. Now, if you're out on the web, you can look into your camera and think, oh, yeah, we're seeing you. Hi there. Hi, Mom. I'm looking at you. I see you. I'm smiling. I'm smiling. Look at all these beautiful smiles. And this is the joy of life, isn't it? To be together. To be in joy together. So let's take a moment to breathe in this sweet, sweet air. The air that connects us all. The breeze that we feel here on this lanai could have started in Africa. It could have started in Asia. From the mountains of the Himalayas to Mount Shasta to Hualalai. It's the breath of life. It's the meaning in the word aloha. And the only thing that makes air more beautiful is the resonance of music. Would you please share some of your beautiful, sacred music with us this fine morning? That is just what we needed to hear right now. What a beautiful affirmation. Musically, oh my gosh, yeah, you had us moving. Like, yeah, love is here, and love is the answer. And whenever we get lost, that's the core that we can always go back to. What can I do to bring love into this moment? It's the answer. You know? Somebody cuts you off in traffic. Love that person, you know? Maybe they're in a hurry. Maybe maybe they don't have enough love and they're running towards love, right? Um, Sometimes when I get frustrated like that, maybe I need to love me. Maybe loving yourself is the answer. Oh my gosh, what do I need to do in this moment? I need to love myself. What's the best way to love ourselves?
This is the best way right here.
Okay.
I wrote it this morning. The first one I wanted to say, I smile. I make these little notes on it's upside down
Autograph tree.
autograph tree, and this one that say I love you. First I wanted to say smile, was also something smile. Just pass this around.
Oh my gosh, I love the smiley face. Go give the camera a close up on that.
Yay. I love you.
Oh, I love it. And I love being here on this lanai with so many people coming to New Thought. Are there any new people here today by chance? Any new visitors? No? We have one of our musicians is a new visitor. Where are you originally from?
Bloomington, Indiana.
And where are you staying now?
I live on the other side in Hawaii.
Ooh, all the way from Hawaiian Paradise Park. Thank you for gracing our lanai with your beautiful music. And you're part of the Kona Harp Ensemble. Wow, so you make the journey regularly.
For them.
Oh, yeah.
We gotta get them some back.
So I would love for Patty to come, and Patty is one of our regular members who always does such a beautiful lay. And will you please grace our wonderful speaker for today with poor Kenny. Thank you, Patty. And right now, I'd love to invite Maria Mann up, and she's going to read from the Science of Mind.
Thank you. So nice to see everybody. Let me just look in your eyes for a moment and share love with you. The expression of our deepest selves. What's the use of falling in love if you both remain inertly as you were? Mary McCarthy said that. Love is a feeling, and this is Ernest Holmes. Love is a feeling. Faith is the key to use this feeling. Love has nothing in it that could hurt anything. Faith has nothing in it that can deny any good. This is the starting point. A love that cannot hurt and a faith that will not be denied. Romantic love is the expression of our deepest selves, filtered through the various layers of our unconscious and conscious minds. It is the recognition of and intermingling with the consciousness of another. We discover more about ourselves by falling in love with another, but we must be aware of this process if we are to accurately recognize ourselves and the changes about to occur. We change through the experience of infatuation, ignited in a romantic involvement. What is within us is revealed more fully, and we see these emerging aspects of ourselves mirrored in the other person. The other is having a similar experience of themselves in us. and the dance ensues, choreographed by our deep unconscious processes of being and emotion, perhaps sidelining our logical aspects for a while. Sometimes this infatuation leads to a lasting love relationship, something that can happen only as infatuation begins to wane. Other times we awaken to a harsh reality that we fell for a person not suited to us for the long term. In either case, we emerge from the infatuation with an opportunity for growth and greater self-awareness. Remember, our relationship with ourselves forms the ground from which all outer relationships arise. The awareness we gain from falling in love is often an opportunity to develop that relationship with self into one that is more loving, more self-compassionate, more resilient. If we learn these things, then we have gained from the experience. The affirmation, I'll read it and then we'll read it line by line and I'm going to ask you to repeat it. I am love seeking to express as love and to receive love in return. My need to give and receive love is the essence of my humanity. I deserve good and loving relationships, and I love myself first. So please repeat each line after I say it. I am love seeking to express as love and to receive love in return. I am love to express as love and to receive love in return. My need to give and receive love is the essence of my humanity. My need to give and receive love is the essence of my humanity. Really feeling this one. I deserve good and loving relationships, and I love myself first. I deserve good and loving relationships, and I love myself first. Thank you. Thank you, Ernest.
Yes.
And thank you, Maria, for reading. Love and expression. And how do we love to express ourselves? I love singing and I love dancing. I know Lara does.
Dancing.
And that's what she's going to be talking about in a minute. And I love how this theme is coming up over and over again. We didn't plan this. We didn't coordinate. I'm supposed to, but I didn't. I knew Laura was coming and I knew the musicians were coming, but I didn't know what songs they were going to sing. I didn't know someone was going to draw on a leaf today and say, I love you. And here we are, we're joining together on this lanai in love. Loving ourselves, loving each other, loving the divine spirit that moves us, inspires us. And right now we're going to do miracles in the ordinaries, which is where we get to share those experiences that affirm. Like right now, my miracle is all of this love coming together and being expressed by everyone in our own unique manner. It's ordinary, but it's a miracle. Does anybody have an ordinary miracle or a...
I don't want to come up.
You don't want to come up? Okay. Well, one of our members would love to share her ordinary and miracle. May I be your oracle? No, I'm
It's getting too complicated.
okay. Well, come up here, girl. No, be shy.
I am. I am who I am.
Be shy.
So, a friend of mine referred me to someone who would like a cake, and she had a fairy to put on the cake. And I just had the best time creating this fairy cake and gardens and over 100 leaves and flowers and everything. And it was so much fun. Then I found out she is someone who has actually played music here as well as the Christmas in Hulula with Jamila. And so Turned out I know her. Anyway, it turned out beautiful. It was an chocolate almond coconut cake with all these gorgeous flowers and the fairy. Thank you.
Well, thank you. And if you haven't had the opportunity to have one of Liza's divine cakes, they are divine. And friendly.
Posted it on Facebook.
Hmm?
She posted it on.
Oh, it's posted on Facebook. So if you have a Facebook account, check it out. Katie has a miracle.
Candy.
No, people call me that. I go,
I answer just funny.
Beautiful.
I feel incredibly blessed to have all of my fully grown friends who are amazing. And I'm also blessed to get to be with little rascals who like to create fairy houses.
come and check.
So on August 5th was my 25th anniversary. I crushed my hand completely in half. And I could only move my hand like this for a year and a half. And I still can't separate my fingers, but I'm very stubborn. And somehow God has let me play violin again. It's my 25th
Thank you. I want to know who your physical therapist was.
Her Hand Center is one of the best in the world. Dr. Fisher had 6 surgeons, my second and third surgeries. My
Wow.
hand's a complete miracle. And then the Bungee Clinic in San Francisco, his dad did the first tendon graft replacements. He said violin.
You wanna do it on the
Oh, sorry.
mic? Onto the mic, Lena. Onto the mic.
In 2019, I was lucky to go to the Bungee Clinic, which his dad did the first tendon graft replacements in my hand. They still use all the modalities from Indiana Hand Center where I went, except where they have different tools. But he said that my hand is absolutely a miracle, and I have like a little thing growing on it, and he's like, I'm scared if anything touches it, you're never gonna have use. But my violin is really my miracle. It's such fine motor skills. I never stopped attempting to play and eventually played again. So my violins kind of saved my life again and again in every way. It actually burnt in a studio fire in New York City with 300,000. So there were piano keys on it. So everything with my violin is sort of a miracle. I may have had a Magic Fairy one I bought in Glastonbury that disappeared for a month around it. There's fairies.
Loving the fairy. Oh, thank you for sharing. That is a miracle. And I'm sure your dedication to healing yourself manifested that as well.
My guru Amma helps much too.
Oh, yeah. And I just have to give a shout out. My brother has the same birthday as you.
Oh, that's not my birthday. It's my
Your anniversary. Okay.
Yeah. And I moved to Hawaii 2 years ago on the 5th too.
On the 5th. It's a great
my
day.
brother's birthday.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Russ.
Happy birthday.
Any other miracles?
This is Jatayu. I have a miracle regarding Mahesh. You mentioned the miracle of Earth forming 4.5 billion years ago. The Earth formed, and 50 million years ago after that. So a little A billion is 1,000 million. 50 million years after that, Thea combined with Earth. Thea is a Titan. Thea combined with Earth, and it was a little smaller than the Earth, like Mars. And combined with the Earth and knocked it sideways. And the moon was a result of this combination. Imagine that. Talk about getting along. This Thea combined with the Earth and formed one planet 4.5 billion years ago, minus 100 million. I think I have an example of love. Love. That was love combining. I thank you for bringing that to my attention. And I looked that up, and it's amazing what this earth, I'm in awe of your enlightenment. You understand what I'm talking about. And I'm through.
Thank you, Ravi, for sharing. And thank you for all your ordinaries and miracles and being present here today to hear Lara Printz. Because I'm excited what she's brought to bring today. I want to just introduce her. She has this amazing bio. So Lara Printz is a person-centered, expressive arts and embodiment facilitator. She's been leading workshops and retreats since 2009, and she loves to help soulful darlings awaken their bliss and superpowers through the magic of play. Lara trained in person-centered expressive arts for healing and social change with Dr. Natalie Rogers. She embarked on a Wild Heart Expressive Arts and Intuitive Painter teacher training with Chris Zeidel. Lara explored movement arts with postmodern dance innovator Anna Halpern and Temple Body Arts founder Sophia Tom. And for 15 years, she served as a program director for the International House, which some of her duties was overseeing 4,000 distinguished international professors and high school leadership exchange students. And this was sponsored by the U.S. State Department and U.S. Embassy. She established an annual Children's World of Play, where play is a universal language, and other playful intercultural events such as a World of Chocolate, International Storytime, International Poetry Night, and a Taste of Tea and Zen. And she helped us put on some fabulous fundraisers, Imagine, and then the sequel, A Magical Evening of Love, Peace, and Chocolate. And she served as a minister and a music minister during the Zoom when we all had to be at home in our little havens, our little safe havens. And and that was such a gift to be able to hear you, even though you were on the other side of the pond, as they say. And now you're here, and you're going to bring us some play and some joy, and hopefully some musical yum-yums with our musicians. But I will leave it to you now. Thank you, Lara. Aloha.
Oh, aloha, everybody. Aloha. It is so special to be with each of you. Thank you for this incredible music. My goodness.
Your microphone.
Oh, can you?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Hello. Aloha. Thank you all so much for being here. Well, last year when Pasha asked me to be here, I was like crying, like, oh my God, this has been a secret dream my entire life. And then to be asked again, I've made it. So no, I'm so honored really to be here, and thank you. And wow, I just want to know, what would y'all love to get out of today? What would you love to feel? If you just want to say some words out loud. Joy, music, connection, play,
Fun.
silly, what? Exuberance, kirtan. Beautiful. All that's perfect. And throughout this time, I'll be sharing a little story and also just inviting maybe some guided guidance of writing or partner sharing, and everything is by invitation. So whatever you really truly feel honors you and supports you during our time together. So I would love to invite you all to turn to your partner and just through body movement, express how you're feeling now or how you want to feel. And I will give you an example. So how I am feeling now is, and now you all get to do it. Okay, ready? Everybody gets I want to see everybody do it. Ready? Oh, just repeat what I just did. Okay, thank you. Yeah. So now you all get to do it with each other and witness and repeat what they just did. And at home, I'm taking it all in. Beautiful. I'm seeing hugs and hearts and all these beautiful expressions. Love it. Mahalo. And now, many of you have pieces of paper below you, and I didn't expect as many people. I'm like, wow. So there might not be enough for everybody, but it's just paper and markers just to bring a little celebration and love with writing. But I have extra paper if anybody wants it. And there's small and there's a little larger pieces of paper. So my invitation is to write 3 desires and 3 gratitudes. Desires to be how I want to feel or what I want to experience or accomplish. Play music if you want. You can write on the little paper if you want to. This is right.
When do we write?
Right. Yeah, the little paper. I'd say the little paper. 3 desires and 3 gratitudes. And now, I invite you, when you're ready, to share with a partner your gratitudes and desires. Okay, you can take a minute longer. When you're ready. Find somebody to share with if you want to. Imagine that these desires and gratitudes are like a rainbow in your hands, and you start throwing the rainbows to each other, bringing the energy to each other, like the rainbows, your desires. Your desires are rainbows. And I have this beautiful rainbow of love in my hands, and I am throwing it into the room, and there is a rainbow of love in the room, and all of your desires and gratitudes are part of this rainbow. You can catch the rainbow, throw your rainbow of desires and gratitudes all over the room. Beautiful. You can make sounds if you want. Feel that rainbow of love all around us. Rainbow into the ocean with the dolphins and the trees and the clouds and the moon and the stars. Feel the rainbow all over the planet, all your desires and gratitudes all over the planet, to all your families and friends, loved ones, children all over the world. Feel it in your bodies. Sparkle your bodies. Feel it on your bodies. Feel that love and joy and gratitude sparkling your bodies. Beautiful. Hugging yourself. When is the last time you just hugged yourself? Beautiful, everybody. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much. How is everyone feeling now? How are you feeling? Yes, beautiful. Thank you. Loved seeing that. Loved witnessing you all. And the music was amazing. Thank you. So I thought I would share a little bit about my story with you. Oh, okay. Okay, can you hear me okay? Okay. So I was born in New York, grew up in Birmingham, Alabama. My father was an attorney, and my mother owned a fashion clothing store, very successful. My brother, 3 years older than me, Adam, was very similar to my dad. And here is lefty Lara, a little odd, a little different. Still loving life, still, of course, but a little different. And when I was 5 years old, my brother comes up to me, and he's with one of his close friends, and he says, "Lara, here's a piece of chocolate." I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" And I ate it. I'm so happy. And then he started laughing. I said, "What's so funny?" They said, "We found it on the street." So in that moment, I'm like, "Oh my God, I can't believe this. I'm obviously not good enough if he's going to give me this chocolate." And I told myself I have to prove that I am good, and I tried to excel in sports and theater. So I'm starting young with that mindset. And then fast forward, I'm in high school. My dear friend Ashley Hall, we're best friends. We have so much fun over the summer. And in high school, we have an opportunity to join sororities. And I know, right? Our high school had sororities, no more, but they did. And she wanted AD Psi, I wanted ATD. And school starts, we both got into our sororities, our different sororities, and she completely ignores me. So high school starts, I can't make promises to my friends. No. Fast forward, I'm in college. Oh, wow, there's a really cool major. You can choose the area studies. Psychology, theater, music. Now that sounds like me. And I realized you had to have a 3.5 GPA, and I had a 3.2. And I thought, man, I'm not even going to try. I'm just not even going to go for it. So I decided I would be a foreign language major because that sounded really good. And I get to be able to communicate with everyone in the world. So that was what I did. So just imagine meeting me in life. Hey, I'm not good enough. I don't make promises to my friends, and you can't try. I'm not even going to try to do what I want. It's nice to meet you. Will you be my friend? Yeah. So who can relate? Maybe you have something that happened or some things, and you told yourself, I'm not good enough. Nobody loves me. Who am I to achieve that? Right? Anybody else can relate to something like that?
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So those are the stories, and we made meaning in the moment. We made it up. So in my adulthood and just tuning into transformation, I called my brother and I said, "Adam, do you remember when you were 5 years old and you gave me that chocolate?" And I told him the story, and he's like, "I don't remember that. And I love you, and I'm so proud of you for who you are." And ever since that conversation, we just had this really beautiful connection. And I even rattled on him at his wedding about it. At the dinner rehearsal, I told the story. But we have such a beautiful relationship. And with my friend Ashley, I wrote a letter. About how I felt. I shared it with a friend. And I didn't share it with her, but just sharing it, writing it out, and having someone witness me and my feelings really made a difference. So I literally put these stories in the past in the past where they belong to create a new future coming from nothing. So fast forward, and I'm on an airplane, and there's this guy sitting next to me, and he looks at me and he says, "You remind me of my late wife." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "When you walk into a room, you light it up. You light people up." And I thought that was very profound. And I was like, wow. And then his girlfriend comes over who's sitting 10 rows back, and she says something, and I said, "I'm happy to move." And he's like, "No, no, no." And I offered again when we were up in the air. And then I later found out he actually wanted to marry me. And that was going from Mexico to Dallas. And when we were in Dallas, that was just his inner thoughts. When we were in Dallas, there was a layover, right? And we learned that we lived and worked 5 minutes from each other in Charlotte, North Carolina. Wow. Fast forward, this guy becomes my best volunteer at International House. He's amazing. And eventually we get married. He's my husband, Scott. And we decided to buy a one-way ticket to Hawaii. And I took the leap of faith. I took a sabbatical from my work of 15 years in overseeing international exchange programs. And I decided it was time to transition. My identity was back there, but I was ready for new. I was ready for my dream of studying person-centered expressive arts, of the psychology and theater and music. And he supported me, and I did it. I did this graduate program. My dear friend Catherine was in it with me in California for 2 years. And it was amazing. And just being in that program, and they had music and art and costume set up, and you could play. You could just go in there and play with whatever you wanted. Like, oh my God, a kid in a candy store, you can actually play with this stuff. And it was just an amazing program. And then I also had studied with, at the same time, this woman named Chris Seidel, who's known as the Wild Heart Queen. And she was an intuitive teacher training program, teacher training program. And I remembered that first time I wore my apron, I was holding paintbrushes, and was just painting. I'm like, oh my God, I feel like I'm an artist. Like it was like, scribbles, whatever I painted, but I owned myself. This is amazing. I am an artist. And I became like this professional kindergarten artist, in my heart. And I just had so much fun. And there was a beautiful conversation that she had one day about creating archetypes. And she said, okay, so you get to create and design your new name. And what do you want it to be? And she invited us. In fact, I have a little sheet in front of you. For most of you, you can share with somebody too, but there's names of archetype names. So I heartstormed on my name, and names that came to me were catalysts over the years. I've been doing this for a while now. Some names over the years for me have been Catalyst Love Warrior, Magical Love Fairy, Innovative Visionary Genius, Playful Power Baby, Sparkly Badass. No, those were some that I've been tuning into over time. And in the past couple years, a name that's really resonated with me is Refreshing Spirit Warrior. Now, my father, I came here last week, Tuesday night. My father, I learned the next morning, had passed away. So as I have been on the island and tuning into the aloha spirit and love with so many beautiful people and friends and feeling love and of course also thinking of Marie Claire and just, my heart, being back on the island and the love. I've also just been, refreshing spirit warrior, tune into the magic, tune into the light, tune into the love. And it has so supported me having this new name. And there might be a new name that wants to come through, but it has just been solid in me, coming from that heart-centered place. And also tomorrow's my birthday. Ah! So just the space of celebration, and your papers have, some of them have little ribbons and stickers, and I want you to just feel the celebration of life. So my invitation for you now is I invite you to start writing down some words that you want to own within yourself, that you want to honor in this season of your life right now. What do you want to feel? What do you want to shine into the world right now? So you can look at,
Oh, yes.
you can look at your archetype sheet in front of you. I'll show the front here. And just start writing down some words that really stand out for you, and other words that just want to flow out through you. Just start writing them. Just let it flow.
On the big paper?
Yes, you can do the big paper. And we can pass it around if anyone else wants a sheet. Anybody wants paper? I have more paper. Does anybody want some paper? That wants. Just let yourself really feel the words you want to embody. Breathe it, feel it in your body. Also, just notice how you're feeling in your body. Are you breathing? Allow yourself to breathe. If there's any tension in your body, just noticing how can I bring a little love to that area? Bring a little lightness. Maybe a little smile. And at any point that you're ready, you can keep writing. Some of you seem like you might be ready. I invite you to share with your partner the words. So maybe the person with the longest hair Gotta measure. Share. Share the words, and the other person takes notes. And they're gonna help you to really massage it into your power word. Okay? So I'm gonna give you a few minutes. We're really good on time. I was afraid I was gonna not have enough time. So each person can have 5 minutes to really just let yourself speak through it and come up with your power word.
All we have to do.
With music, if you like. And then you'll switch, and the other person will go. Okay? So you're coming up with your power name, and you share the notes, share the words, and the other person takes notes and helps you massage your beautiful name.
I just started writing down words and I haven't necessarily.
One more minute.
I'm an open channel. We just like discussion. That was the first one. The thing you said unintentionally was they don't need to tell me things. So many people just I know you're taking pictures of my double
You have to call them a more like
Are you all getting some beautiful words? You all connected to something really magical? Oh, I love it. I love it. Is there any that you're really tuning into right now? That's really standard for you? There's April representing. I love it. I love it. Hey, today. How's it for you? What's that? Your 8 is rock star. Love it. Yeah.
So it's something else that you guys have to
Beautiful. Effervescent the cheese. I love it. I love it. And if you want to, you can start writing like I am and take it deeper. I feel. I am ready for. You can take it deeper if you want to. How's it going?
You have to believe you're gonna get well. Nobody want to help him. Yeah. So what is better? What is this
It's just something to tune into how I want to feel in my life, in the world, right now.
Yeah, if that's okay. Last week I was told that some people didn't want to be in family, so I didn't ask permission to do it. I just told
Beautiful. All right, start to wrap
So these girls were an adventuress, a navigator, a wayfinder. Grace is very big on trust.
All right, beautiful people. Are you all empowered with your new titles? Are you embodying the joy that you want to manifest in your life? I want to invite our speaker, Lara Printz, to say her last few words as we wrap up.
Thank you so much, everybody. It has been such a joy and honor to sing you in your process. And this is a continual experience. This doesn't mean it has to be perfect right now or perfect at all, but it starts. It can only blossom from here, and it continues to blossom in your life in every day. And I'm always happy to heartstorm with you. If you ever want to reach out, or I can support you with creating, I'm so happy to.
Do you have any upcoming workshops while you're here visiting us on the island?
I don't have right now anything confirmed, but sometimes it kind of flows in the right time and space, and I'm so happy to inform you if there is. I do a lot online as well, but I also might have some gatherings in the next couple weeks at the beach, and would love to invite you to join us. I have a little sign-in sheet there if you want more information or just want to stay connected. I would be so happy to to be connected with you. And just thank you all so, so very much. Yeah. So I do it at times. I'll do different workshops online because I'm also not on the island consistently. So we can always keep the conversation going and flow when I am here too. Thank you. Yes, Maria.
I would love to hear everybody's handle. Oh, their archetypal handles. I would love to hear them.
Yeah.
Is there time for that?
Maybe
Well, I
afterwards.
think, well, right now, I want to invite everyone, if you want to continue exploring with Laura. It sounds like she has a sign-up sheet, and she is Queen of Spontaneity. So if you want to open yourself to the opportunity to continue this process and this experience and this development, please, I encourage you to write down. I have run into Miss Lara at the beach spontaneously, and she was there with a group of women, and they were just playing music, and they became a band for a year or so before the pandemic kind of split things apart. But I mean, beach spontaneity happens, and this is the island of creativity. So please sign up. Now, in answer to Maria, your question, I am going to invite Bernice and Manuel to play a little more music while we open up our cold bowl for receiving any generous gifting you would like to support. And maybe in quiet conversation with each other, you could share handles. Mahalo Bernice. Mahalo Manuel. Mahalo our wonderful visiting folks from the Harp Ensemble. Mahalo to everyone who found it in their hearts to donate generously to our wonderful, beautiful New Thought Center of Hawaii. Thank you everyone for coming out today. I do have some brief announcements. First off, if you have not signed up for Lara Printz's newsletter, please do. She also added her website if you want to play again with her later. So first and last, Alpha and Omega. So the first Sundays, we usually have crystal bowls. And if you missed it, you missed it. Because that was today. But there's always next time. And then the last Sunday of the month, we have a produce giveaway. So come and check that out. As always, our services start at 10 a.m. And if you can't be here on the Lanai, we have our wonderful Zoom link. And if you've signed up for our newsletter, we will send that link directly to your inbox. Next Sunday, we have the Reverend Bev Strutt, Living Everyday Wonder. On the 21st, we have Rashani Ray, and she's going to be celebrating the life of Thich Nhat Hanh. On the 28th, we have Kumu Kiala Ching, and he's going to do both the music and the program. And if you're not familiar with Kumu Kiala Ching, I highly suggest that you come on August 28th and find out who this remarkable human being is. He's always full of wisdom and wonder and a little bit of laughter. And if you have some free time on your hands, we would love to fill your hands with lots of activity. We need people to help with our Facebook page. We're also always welcoming volunteers to greet people here at the door and also to set up, clean up, and do tech help. So if you've always wanted to learn about tech and sound and setup, we would be happy to train you. We also need a little bit of help planning for our 50th New Thought Birthday Jubilee, which we have been planning for a year and a half because the pandemic has kind of, turned every day into Blur's Day. And now we're coming into a new presence where we can all actually hope to plan things together and celebrate like we did today here on this lanai. Manuel, do you have anything you want to share before I invite us to close the song?
Thank you for inviting us to come here today. It was a pleasure playing for all of you. Very good memories of New Thought Center. We have had very great programs. New Thought is an entry point for a lot of people coming into the islands. It is always a very uplifting to the spirit. So it really is a refuge. Take advantage of it. And I would like to thank Pasha McGregor for inviting us to be here today. She is the life and soul of the center. Thank you very much. We'll be back. Soon.
Even if we have to come and bring you back ourselves, we will make sure you
I'm sure we'll be back. Actually, we are back. We'll be back in October and November. We're talking about doing some programs.
So before we sing our closing song, we don't exactly circle up and hold hands like we used to, just out of being precautious and some, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So I'm going to invite everyone to stand up. And as much as we can, I'm also going to invite you to share your magical, mystical name that you decided to embody for yourself.
So if y'all want to say
So mine was, so prepare how you're going to introduce yourself. And once we make it all the way around the circle, we will begin our song. So I will start. Mine was Priestess of Effervescent Giggles.
So mine was Mystical Magical Healer and Warrior of Love.
Mine was Wise Compassionate Creator.
Nature lover. Smiling heart.
Mother Magic Goddess.
I am the fountain of ever-flowing healing chi for me and others.
Being uniquely, being unique.
Truth-telling trickster.
Creative rock star.
Love Warrior. Catalyst.
Earth angel lovey-dove.
Sea dreams, dolphin explorer.
Yay.
Creative, inspiring companion. Perpetual student. What? Perpetual student. Perpetual student.
Jatayu is the wife. Again. Jatayu died. He's alive again.
I'm Wise Grandmother.
Oh.
Dragonfly Dreams.
Magical healing energy artist.
Relaxing in music.
I'm gonna give you my name, and Yana means like supreme wisdom or knowledge. I think that's love. So Da is the Devi that bestows. So she gave me the name Yanada, which is the bestower of the knowledge of the self. So I hope someday to do that. In all forms.
Today's good.
Yeah, today's a super day.
I'm energy dancer and Mahesh.
Transcendental mother.
Messy, mixed up mixer master.
Thank you.
Mahalo everyone for sharing. And now, can we all share in a song?
Did you guys know?
Of course. Yeah.
Refreshing spirit, heart light, love and gratitude.
Okay. Ready and. E Hawaii e kune hanawe kurone urahimine holy no aina ponulario e Hawaii aloha e Hawaii o Hawaii Aloha, no Hawaii. Hey, how holy, how pure Hawaii. Hey, holy,
about my name. Mount Carmel.